What's up, geeks and gamers? I'm back. Sorry about the quality issues. Let's see. So if you did not catch the last stream, let me get my camera fixed here. If you didn't catch the last stream, it has been confirmed by crazy Kathleen Kennedy that we are getting a Lando Calrissian spin-off movie. That's the next Star Wars story from Kathleen Kennedy. This is unbelievable that we've gotten to this point in Star Wars. And I'm going to try to pull the article up so I can read it. Is the quality better now? I don't know why the quality was so bad last time, but I apologize for that. So let's see. Go ahead and just tell me, how disappointed are you in this terrible news? Let's see. So yeah, there we go right there. It has been confirmed. If you can read that, you probably can't, but fuck it, I'll read it for you. During an interview with Premier France, Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy confirmed that Lando will be getting his own Star Wars story, and it sounds like the project has vaulted to the top of the studio's priorities. She goes on to say, "We think that the next spin-off will be dedicated to Lando Calrissian," Kennedy said. "Of course, there are still many stories to tell about Han and Chewie, but Lando will be next." Who is advising this woman? Who is talking to her? Who is telling her that this is what the fans want? I'm blown away. I don't understand it. And it's basically, she's trolling us. She has to be trolling us. And they think that it really comes down to the fact that they think that Star Wars is indestructible. They think that they can do and say and interject anything they want in Star Wars and it will survive. And I can understand that thought process, but that's not reality. And at some point, and maybe this happens now, maybe this happens in 2 years from now, but at some point, if they continue down this path, they will literally kill Star Wars. I know a lot of people say, oh, Star Wars is dead, Star Wars is dead. It's not dead, but it's dying right now, and decisions like this are going to continue to push it down into the ground. There are so many different stories. This is a massive galaxy. There are so many hundreds and thousands of years we could be exploring, yet she wants to continue to rewrite history during the original trilogy era, and I just I don't understand it. It blows me away. So I'm gonna look at some of your comments now. It looks like literally nobody is happy about this. David Jones, we are getting according to Kathleen Kennedy, we are getting a Lando spinoff movie next. That's a quote from Kathleen Kennedy. So that's what's going on right now. Why can't they explore the Old Republic instead? I don't even know if Kathleen Kennedy knows what the Old Republic is. That's the truth. That's the truth. Let's see. I don't get what the fuss is about for Donald Glover. I just know him from Spider-Man small roles, and he just looked like an average Joe to me. Not funny at all. Well, I mean, Donald Glover is, he's a well-known musician as Childish Gambino, and he's, I like Donald Glover. I don't have anything against him. So he's a pretty talented dude across the board. I don't love his music, but yeah, this is crazy. So let's see. Yes, so it's a spinoff, a Lando spinoff, according to comicbook.com, Kathleen Kennedy has confirmed it. Did I see John Campia's post about being attacked for his solo review? I did see his post. And yeah, I don't I'm not happy that anybody's getting attacked online, but John Campia literally just called people babies and made crying noises online or on one of his more recent videos, basically making fun of people that are unhappy with Star Wars. And so when people respond, then he wants to play the victim. So, I mean, maybe don't take jabs at a massive group of people that you've continued to say don't exist. And then at some point, so how the whole Last Jedi thing has went is at first, nobody hated The Last Jedi. That was what people were trying to tell us. Nobody hates it. It's just a few guys in their basements. Okay, then they would say there's no political agenda. There's no politics in The Last Jedi. You're making stuff up. And then eventually they start going, okay, well, maybe there's a few people that legitimately hate the movie. And, okay, well, maybe there's a few politics in it, but it's not that bad. And now we've turned into, okay, well, there are politics in The Last Jedi, but there's always been politics in Star Wars. Well, you said there was no politics in The Last Jedi. That's what you told all of us when we started complaining about it. You said there is no political agenda in Star Wars. Now you're saying there's always been a political agenda in Star Wars. Quit changing the rules. Quit changing quit moving the goalposts. So John, some of the quotes that John Campea said that were directed at him obviously are horrible, and they shouldn't be said to someone. So I'm not justifying it, but he went after these people first. He said literally he called them babies, and he made whining noises on his video the other day directed at these people. So now these people are going to come after you, and you're going to play the victim. You took the shot at them, and they're responding. So that's how it goes. All right. So, the fact that YouTube just flagged someone saying boycott, boycott, boycott 3 times tells you all you need to know. They didn't say anything other than boycott, 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 and YouTube flagged that comment. I just approved it, but YouTube flagged it. So that's pretty cool. Interesting indeed. So, let's see here. Yes, that is you, Plan B, and I did approve your comment, but YouTube did flag it, which is interesting to say the least. So, let's see. Daniel, I think you say Eid. Is that how you say that? Good day, Jeremy. You're right. This is crazy. My crazy prediction is that they're building up to a Luke Skywalker spinoff with Sebastian Stan in the lead. That's very possible. It's clear that they just want to rewrite history right now. That is what they're trying to do with Star Wars, is rewrite history and not move forward. They don't want to move forward and expand the galaxy. They don't want to move forward with a Skywalker lineage or the Skywalker saga, but they want to rewrite everything that came before it. And it's just a disaster. So, again, this MOKINS, his boycott 3 times got flagged. I will approve it, not because I'm actually calling for the boycott, just for the fact that, and I can't even approve it now. It won't even let me approve it. So, right there. See how it got flagged? Is that too far? But, yeah, and it won't even let me approve it now. So, General Spawn, thank you for the super chat. Do I like the G.I. Joe movies? Okay, so that's a tricky question because, as I've said many times, I'm a massive G.I. Joe fan. I love G.I. Joe. I grew up on G.I. Joe. I was obsessed with it. So when we got the G.I. Joe movie announced, the Rise of Cobra, I was over the moon. I had so many problems with that movie. It was so bad in so many different ways. But I just enjoyed seeing the characters on screen because it's something I thought I would never see. So I didn't like it. But I enjoyed Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow in Rise of Cobra. They destroyed Cobra Commander. They destroyed Destro. It was so bad. But I was happy we had a G.I. Joe movie. And then Retaliation I actually liked more than Rise of Cobra, but still more problems. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the Snake Eyes movie though. So man, y'all are killing it with the boycott comments now. David Jones, thank you for the super chat. Let me see here. I think we have some good Star Wars content ahead of us after the shit show going on now. We have to continue being vocal for that to happen. Thank you. You're exactly right, David. We do have to continue being vocal, and we will have to continue being heard. Man, they won't let me approve the boycott comments now. I can't even approve them. It keeps giving me an error message. So if it's flagging comments, I can't even approve them at this point. So that it is what it is. So Man, that's unbelievable. Let's see. Okay, it finally let me. It finally let me now because somebody put Soycott. Is that Soycott? I couldn't even read it. It went past me. Greetings from Greece. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let's see. Jeremy, how would you feel about a Darth Vader standalone movie? At this point, I don't want this creative team touching Darth Vader for an entire movie. I think he would probably be, they would turn him into a pussy. And, yeah, I mean, obviously, I would love to see a Vader standalone movie, but I just don't want it under this creative team, because I just think it would be terrible. That's why, and people have pointed out, like, yeah, it's probably good that that Kathleen Kennedy hasn't touched Ahsoka at this point, because you know, she'd probably ruin her. My chat is jammed up right now, but just to we've had new people joining us, so just to let you all know that Kathleen Kennedy, according to comicbook.com, has confirmed that the next spinoff movie will be a Lando Calrissian film with Donald Glover. She also hinted that there might be more Han Solo movies in the future, and Jesus Christ, it's such a bad decision. It's such a bad decision, and I'm so happy I'm not seeing Solo now. It's just so bad. So, man, the timing, like, they're already dealing with such a divisive fan base. Solo is rolling out to not perfect, not even good. It's solid reviews at best, but definitely not great. If you watch Jeremy John's review, Jeremy John's was really brutal, and he gave it he'll forget about it in T-1 day. He said it was boring. And then the fact that she's announcing this now is just crazy to me. It's absolutely crazy. So, man, all right, let's see. I'm continuing to try to approve some of these comments. YouTube's flagging the hell out of them. Let's see. Ahsoka is a precious cinnamon roll, an untouchable roll of joy and awesomeness. I agree with that 100%. Ahsoka is amazing. One of the best characters ever. You want some soy sauce with your popcorn? Oh, man. I just, jeez. Why hasn't Gareth Edwards been given an opportunity to direct another Star Wars story? I think he did a very good job of Rogue One. What do you think? That's from Chris Brown. I mean, I personally do not think that he did a great job with Rogue One, and if you look at the production problems with Rogue One, they brought a lot of help onto that film to help it in the direction it went, which I wasn't thrilled with Rogue One. I didn't love Rogue One. I loved everything outside of the characters, but the characters are a major part of a film. And so, I mean, don't get me wrong, Scarif was amazing. The last 45 minutes, the battle was incredible. The Vader scene was incredible. I loved Krennic. Krennic is awesome. Love Ben Mendelsohn. Loved that whole element. But the main rebels, all those characters were just so forgettable for me. And so, but I get that if there's any movie right now that Star Wars fans really enjoy out of the Disney Star Wars movies, it seems like Rogue One is the most popular one at this point. That's my gut feeling. I personally still think The Force Awakens is the best of the three, but The Force Awakens is obviously trending way down for me. So, what do I think of a CGI Leia? I think that's a terrible decision if they go that route, but that's probably par for the course right now. Kathleen Kennedy, pretty much, the way she's making decisions is, if it's a bad idea, I'm probably going to do it. And so she may actually do it. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, let's see here. Yeah, Mikey T, he says he loves Rogue One, but he respects my opinion. Yeah, exactly. I know there's a lot of people that really enjoyed Rogue One, and I'm not here to tell you you're wrong. I need to rewatch Rogue One again. I have not watched it in a long time, so I really need to rewatch it. I think I've only seen Rogue One like twice, maybe 3 times total. So I think I owe it another viewing. So I may actually check out Rogue One here in the next few days and follow back up with you guys, because so many of you... oh, what did I think of CGI Leia in Rogue One? My bad. I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. I thought you meant moving forward if they did that. I loved everything they did with Leia in Rogue One. That the end gave me chills. The end is fantastic. The last 45 minutes of that movie is fantastic. But yeah, I was thrilled with what they did with Leia in Rogue One. I thought that was great. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, well, I mean, I get it. The characters in Rogue One all die, so they're meant to be forgettable. But that's not how you do. That's like at some point, every character is meant to die at some point. So you still want to have some type of emotional connection to them, and they just were all forgettable for me. Like all of the Rebels characters were just really forgettable. So, Anthony Gates, hello from New York City. Love your channel, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. And thank you for letting me know where you're from. You guys know I love to see where you're from. It makes me feel really good that we have people from all over the world watching and supporting. So, thank you so much for that. So, let's see. Why can't we get a Clone Wars era movie? Like, oh my God, I would. I mean, again, context, but I would love a Clone Wars era live action film as long as Kathleen Kennedy's nowhere near it. Just hand it to Dave Filoni. So, let's see. How long before Bob Iger stops his train wreck? I've said it many times. Bob Iger is very aware of his legacy, and his legacy right now is Star Wars is like... everything is riding on Star Wars, and I think he's retiring in 2019 or around when Galaxy's Edge opens at Walt Disney World and Disneyland. Everything's tied to, all of his legacy is tied to Star Wars, and I just can't see that he really wants to walk out on a bad note. So I feel like he's going to step up and handle this at some point. So we shall. I don't know. I don't know. Hello from Kenya. Love watching your channel. Keep it up. Thank you so much. That's awesome. You're all the way in Kenya. That is crazy. Let's see. My chat just continues to kind of freeze up on me. So YouTube won't let me approve comments or anything. Greetings from Argentina. That's awesome. Bob Iger sucks. Can I say that? Boycott Bob. I actually like Bob Iger as a CEO. I think he's done a great job as a CEO. But like I said, he is his legacy rides on Star Wars right now, and it's not looking very good. Not looking very good at all. Star Wars games are better than the movies now. They are. I agree with that. But both of them are underperforming massively right now. Let's see. Would I watch episode 8? I would not. I mean, I've seen it. I saw it 3 times, and I won't purchase it. I didn't purchase it on Blu-ray, and I'm not going to ever watch it again, probably. I'll watch Ivan's recut of it. So, yeah. So, hey, Jeremy, what do you think is better, the Clone Wars Volume 1 and 2? Or I never watched, hang on, I lost it. Where the hell did it go? My comments just keep freezing up. Star Wars fanboy, I'm looking. Hang on. Where the hell? I'm going to have to reboot my my thread. Hang on just a minute. I don't know why it keeps freezing up. It wouldn't let me approve comments earlier, and now I can't get anything pulled up. So let's see. Come on. Let me see if I can read. See, my comments will show up here, but then they go away so quickly so I can't read them. So give me just a minute. I got to restart this. And you guys just talk amongst yourselves, or just load me with questions and I will come back to it as soon as I can get back in there. I wish I could see comments right now. It drives me crazy. I just see boycotts. Boycott. Oh, man. You guys are awesome. Let's see. All right. We're back. Okay, I'm back. Okay. So, let me find this. All right, Star Wars fanboy, you were asking me about the Clone Wars, the Volume 1 and 2. So I never watched that animated Volume 1 and 2 of the Clone Wars. So I'm only familiar with the Clone Wars film and the Clone Wars series. So I never watched any of those. So what did Kathleen Kennedy say? Kathleen Kennedy confirmed, according to comicbook.com, Kathleen Kennedy confirmed that Lando Calrissian, played by Donald Glover, will be the next Star Wars, a solo, or whatever the fuck they're called, Star Wars story spin-off movie. So let me pull that article back up and I'll read it to some of you guys that are just joining us now. Let's see here. So here's the exact quote from her. It says, during an interview with Premier France, Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy confirmed that Solo will be getting his own Star Wars story, and it sounds like the project has vaulted to the top of the studio's priorities. Kennedy's quote, "We think the next spinoff will be dedicated to Lando Calrissian. Of course, there are still many stories to tell about Han and Chewbacca, but Lando will be next." Yeah. That is awful. That is terrible. So many comments are getting flagged, and I'm trying to approve them if YouTube will let me. So, let's see. Jeremy, I'm a member of the 501st, and this Disney Star Wars is really affecting a lot of its members. I know some people from the 501st, and I feel you, man. The rip in the fan base is just awful right now. It's absolutely terrible, and this is something a lot of us has been saying. That a lot of us has been saying this since The Last Jedi. And people just wanted to continue to ignore it and not acknowledge it and say it doesn't exist, and it does exist. It doesn't matter if you agree with it or not. It does exist. The fandom is broken with Star Wars. It is broken. I never thought I would see Star Wars fandom get to this point. I never imagined it. I always believed that, it would never get to a DCEU standpoint. We all know how bad the DCEU was several years ago. And yeah, I mean, this is where we're at, though. This is where we're at. And anytime you pander to social justice warrior bullshit, this is where you're going to find yourself. And this is where Star Wars has itself right now. So let's see here. Will you make a video on Pablo Hidalgo if you can, just to flat out roast him? I saw something that happened yesterday. Let me see if I can pull this screenshot up, because I took a screenshot because I did want to cover it. Let me see. Yeah, right here. It said, this is from Pablo Hidalgo's online tweeting account. And he said, he says, the best part is it's not out yet. That means he's talking about Solo and the reaction. So he says the best part is it's not out yet. So it's like it's like he's anticipating all of this happening, and he's anticipating this riff in the fandom, just like that video we saw from Rian Johnson. I'm sure all of you know what I'm talking about. Have you seen that video of Rian Johnson on Twitter? So many people have tagged me in it. Let me see if I can find it, and I'll play it for you guys right now. It's going to take me a second, though, to go through my mentions here. So give me just a minute. And so Rian Johnson, this is an interview from Rian Johnson from way back in the day, and he basically talked about how he enjoys when an audience is divided over his film. Here it is, right here. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to hear this.
I would be worried if everybody across the board was like, yeah, that was a good movie. It's much more exciting to me when you get, a group of people who are like coming up to you and really, really excited about it. And then there are other people who walk out literally saying that was the worst movie I've ever seen. Having those two extremes to me is the mark of the type of movie that I want to make. So
some men aren't looking for anything logical, like money. They can't be bought, bullied, reasoned, or negotiated with. Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Great usage of that line in The Dark Knight. Could you guys hear that okay? Let me get back in my comments and see if you guys heard that. Could you hear that? Let's see. I'm seeing if you guys... Okay, you could hear it. Okay, cool. But yeah, and that's what we're dealing with right now in the Star Wars fandom. We're dealing with shit like this. People that just want to troll the fans. People that just want to divide things. They just are here to poison things, rewrite history, label us as racist, label us as sexist, label us as anti-woman, and just anything they can do to divert from the fact that they've done a bad job. That's where we're at with the Star Wars fandom right now. And so the moment that the Lando movie gets any resistance, they're going to label us all as racist. And these words have lost all meaning. They mean nothing anymore because it's just been so overused, and they're willing to just throw it at anything and anybody now. And I just, unbelievable. Yes, he is. He's excited because people are hating on his movie. And so it's unbelievable. Let's see. I'm trying to approve all of your comments, at least some of them. Some of them I'm not going to approve because y'all are saying some horrible shit, but I'm trying to approve as many as I can before they keep going by. Let's see. Luis Gomez said, but I'm black. How can I be racist? Let's see here. I'm fixing to have to go get me something to drink if you guys want me to stay on here and talk with you, because it's I wasn't expecting to stay on this long. Let's see. Are they flagging Soycott too? I haven't seen. Yeah, there has been a few earlier that they flagged that said Soycott. I'm trying to catch them, so if I don't catch it, it's not because I'm ignoring you. I'm just trying to catch all the flagged comments that I can. So let's see. Would you open an interview with Kathleen Kennedy live on here? Kathleen Kennedy would never, ever do an interview with me. Never. So that's not even remotely in the question. So, Jeremy, talk about EA and Battlefront 2. I did a video earlier today on the channel about EA and Battlefront 2, and it's bad. It's really bad. And so there's a lot of rumors that they may be shutting this game down, that they may be abandoning this game at some point. And I speculated on that a little bit. Damn it, sorry. I speculated on that some, and I think it's a realistic possibility that they could be abandoning that game. And it's just unbelievable because, like I said in the video, George Lucas gave us 40 years. Not even us. He gave Disney 40 years of brilliant storytelling in this massive universe. He already did all of the work. He built it, he created it, and it became the greatest thing ever. How they can't capitalize off that is mind-blowing to me. And the same goes with EA. You were handed gold, and you allowed your greed and your lack of self-awareness to ruin something that could have been great. And now I like Battlefront 2. And this is where a lot of the Last Jedi defenders lose sight of things. You can like The Last Jedi, but stop ignoring what it has done to the fandom. Stop ignoring the fallout. That's where my problem is when you ignore the fallout and you try to label people that don't like it as anything other than fans that are unhappy. And with Battlefront 2, I like it. I like it a lot. I have it on both systems. I played it a lot before The Last Jedi. But after The Last Jedi, it really hurt my desire to play the game. And the community for Battlefront 2 is just so bad right now because so many people were turned off by the greed and the stupidity of EA. So that's my thoughts on it right now. And it's just everything going on with Star Wars right now, man. It's just bad. It's just bad. So let's see here. New to the stream, what's the news about? The news is about Kathleen Kennedy in an interview said that the next Star Wars story will be a Lando spin-off. She, according to comicbook.com, that has been confirmed by her. So, another reason to not get excited. So, the holiday special was better than The Last Jedi, says Shadow Dragon. Our very own Jessie Milestone did a video on that, and she agrees with you. So, let's see here. What about Obi-Wan? Exactly. That's the question we're all asking. What about Obi-Wan? Where is our Obi-Wan movie at? We can't get it, and they don't seem to listen to anything we have to say. So, man, Sebastian, thank you for the super chat. EA messed up so bad, and they are saying the loot boxes was a learning process. What a joke. Yeah, how do you need to learn that at this point? How? you don't need to learn that loot boxes are a bad thing. You don't need to learn that microtransactions are a bad thing. That means you're not paying attention to anything going on in the gaming industry. That's what that means. That's exactly what that means to me. Justin, thank you for the super chat. Watch Donald Glover's Lando skit from SNL. Trust me, I've seen it in my feed. I really haven't wanted to watch it. Am I going to get pissed off at it? Because that's probably all I was thinking that was just going to piss me off. So, but I'll check it out if you say so, Justin. You and me have been cool for a long time. So, let's see here. Yep, Donald Glover playing a young Lando. That's the latest. The new spinoff, according to Kathleen Kennedy, is going to be a Lando spinoff movie. So another reason to not be excited for Star Wars. So. All right, do you guys want me to stay on here for a little while? Because if you want me to stay on here, I got to go get something to drink real quick because I'm getting cotton mouth. So do you guys want me to stay on? And I'll just keep answering a bunch of questions. Let's see. All right, give me just a minute. I'm going to get some water and I'll be right back. Just talk amongst yourselves. All right, I brought a friend back too. So Leia's here. Let's see here. Let me get back into the comments. All right. Everybody missed Leia? She's cuter than a pork. Everybody's saying hey to Leia, so there she is. Say hey to everyone. What are you doing? What are you doing? She was sleeping, so she's not happy with Daddy right now because she was sleeping. So, all right, let's see. What do we got? New content on Battlefront 2 dropped today. Yeah, I'll probably be checking it out. I'm looking forward to at least checking it out. I do like Battlefront, so, but I just acknowledge how bad it's been for Star Wars. If Leia is recast, you'll really see shit hit the fan. Yes. And I'm going to roast Star Wars so bad. That's reviews for you. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. You're right. If they recast Leia, which at this point, man, it's possible. It really is. Anything's possible under Kathleen Kennedy right now. Anything. It's scary as hell. This woman will do anything, and that's why Solo is so massively important right now. Majorly important that we all speak with our wallets and we let them know that we're sick of it. We are sick to death of it. So, anything is possible except good writing. My Xbox name is D Day Cobra. That's a D space DAY space COBRA. That's I'm sure I've gotten a flood of friend requests already, so I'll check it out. So let's see here. Where is our Boba Fett movie? If we want it at this point, then we just have to understand that we're not going to get it under Kathleen Kennedy's leadership. That's exactly how we need to look at it. So, yeah, you know, I can't remember if I put the spaces. At one point, I had the spaces on my Xbox name. So it may be D-Day Cobra altogether, Sith Lord Luke Skywalker. I can't remember, but that's the name. It's either has the spaces in between D-Day and Cobra, or it's all together. I can't remember. I might have changed it. Let's see here. And also, PS4 name is the same, except it's D-Day Cobra. I think that's it. Yeah, D, because they wouldn't let me do the spaces. And I think I had an old account that had D-Day Cobra on it, so it's D-Day Cobra. And then also, speaking of that, I have started my personal channel back up. So if you want to subscribe to my personal channel, it is D-Day Cobra. And I do explain what the hell D-Day Cobra is on my personal channel, my most recent upload. So let's see. Let me see if I can catch a few questions here. Could have an Obi-Wan, a Maul, a Boba Fett movie, but no, we are getting a Lanoff spinoff. What's next? A Rose Tico spinoff? It wouldn't be that far-fetched at this point. That's the sad part about it. So, Liberty Night Gaming with the Cobra. I love it. Like Cobra Commander from G.I. Joe the movie. Love it. So, let's see. Filoni. Yes, we need Filoni. Let's see. I'm looking right now. Ewok spinoff. You want to? Hey, the Ewok game mode on Battlefront 2 is pretty kick-ass. I will say that it is pretty kick-ass. So, let's see here. Man, you guys are pissed in these comments right now. Look, we really need to be vocal about this. I gotta put the phone down for a minute. We need to be vocal. We need to let them know. And that's why every day I'm going to get on this channel until we see things change, and I'm going to speak my mind. And that's just how it's going to be. And people can say whatever they want about me. They can say I'm, this, that, or the other. I'm doing what the hell I want to do. And as a human being, I have that right. And you don't have to like it, but that's what I'm going to do. So, because I am very unhappy. Now, again, you can go back. I just told you about my personal channel. Go back to my personal channel. Go back to 2-3 years ago where I was ranting about Simon Pegg shitting all over the prequels and John Campea talking about the prequels. I was so excited for The Force Awakens. I was incredibly excited. No one was more excited than me to see The Force Awakens. When Disney bought Lucasfilm, I was so happy. There were so many opportunities. But let's see. It's just, but this is where I'm at now. Let's see here. Have I seen the Family Guy Star Wars movies? They're great. No, I haven't. I'm not a big Family Guy fan, but I've heard great things about those. Just not a big Family Guy person. I don't watch a lot of like the humorous cartoons like South Park and Family Guy and Simpsons. Although I do watch, I watch South Park, specific episodes, and I can name you a ton of great specific episodes. I just don't watch it on a consistent basis. So, let's see here. Hey Jeremy, how bad do you think they'll screw up Revan if they make him canon? Yes, I mean they'll screw up. That's why we don't want them touching. On one hand, I'm frustrated because they won't touch certain characters, and on the other hand, I'm thankful that they won't touch certain characters because they're proven to be just so driven on destroying anything the fans love. So yeah, ridiculous. Let's see here. Let's see. Hello, Jeremy. Cheer up a bit. I know it's bad these days with both video games and most of Star Wars movies, but have patience, friend. EA and Lucasfilm will bite the dust. They're making their own grave right now. It seems like. So it's pathetic. So let's see here. The whole last season was trolling SJW's South Park is the largest SJW opposition in the media. PC Principal is amazing. 100, dude, I love PC Principal. Love it. Actually, some guy the other day on Twitter was doing the whole preaching about how much he respects women and minorities, and I referred to him as PC Principal, and he got mad at me. Because it's like, you don't have to go out of your way to tell people how much you respect women and minorities. Just do it. You don't have to preach about it. You don't have to sit there and tell everyone how much you respect people. Just fucking do it. Stop telling people that you do it and just do it. I can't stand when people have to preach and tell us how much they respect this and respect that. Just shut the fuck up and do it, and don't tell us about it. We don't need you to reiterate that shit. I respect women, exactly. Thunder Kajak Kitten, always in the super chat. I appreciate you. You're always here, man, and I really appreciate that. Lando, no, I'm so done with Star Wars. No Obi-Wan, no Yoda, no Boba Fett. Exactly. That's where we're at. At this point, I would love to have a Shia LaBeouf Star Wars movie just to add to the nonsense. I would love that. That would be great. I get asked that all the time. What is my favorite Clone Wars episode? And I always just say that. I mean, I go by arcs, not specific episodes. If you pin me down to an episode, it's probably the Yoda episode with the clones. But overall arc is the Ahsoka arc, season 5. That is my favorite stuff in Star Wars history. I love it so much. So, but that Yoda episode is so good with the clones, and that's when you start learning about the clones and their individuality and how Yoda teaches them and highlights them as individuals. It's incredible. I love that Yoda episode. So, yes, the Rebels finale was great. It was damn great. What are my thoughts on General Grievous? I love General Grievous. I think Grievous is great. I was at a Comic-Con not too long ago, and they had this badass Grievous figure for like $50. I almost bought it because I think Grievous is a cool-ass character. So, yeah, Yoda's arc in the Lost missions on Season 6, that last episode was like... So, the Lost episodes aren't like... They're hit or miss for me, that entire season that was added to Netflix. But, man, there are some specific episodes that are phenomenal, and that Yoda arc was incredible. Let's see here. Rose Tico, Grievous. Ethan would agree with you. So, yeah, Star Wars does need better villains at this point where we're at now. I get chills every time I watch the last episodes. Me too. Yeah, and I do love... would I like a General Grievous standalone? I don't know if a Grievous standalone would work. But I would be fine if if we went back to that prequel era and we had Grievous in a film. I don't know if a standalone would necessarily hold up for Grievous. That's an interesting question, though. Let's see. Darth Kennedy is the best Star Wars villain. That's true. General Hux standalone? No, thank you. No, thank you. Let's see. That's a good question. First Order or the Galactic Empire? Which Stormtrooper armor do I like better? Man, I really like the First Order Stormtrooper armor. I really do. The problem is I have to link it to this entire sequel era, this SJW era trilogy. But if you're asking me just which one do I prefer aesthetically, I think I like the First Order Stormtrooper look better. It's a really nice design. It's a great update that honors the original. But I tie it to this sequel trilogy that I have such disdain for at this point. So it's a weird question for me to answer. It's a weird question for me to answer. But I like them. Well, yeah, I know you guys are killing me on that one, but I like them. Now, I like the Clone Troopers more than any of them. Clone Troopers are better than all of them. So, let's see. Did you enjoy the photo I tweeted you? I don't remember. I get a lot of tweets these days, so you'll have to remind me what exactly that photo was. Snow Troopers are badass. Yes, they don't do anything. And that's one thing about the First Order is I don't like the First Order. I don't get a feel for the First Order. I don't get, like, they don't have an identity. The First Order doesn't. The Empire does have an identity. The First Order has no identity. They're just there to be called the First Order just to remind us of the Empire. That's how it feels. Let's see. Man, so many comments coming in now. Let's see. First Order is a complete joke. I agree with that. So many comments. I'm trying to just catch something here. The First Order, Order 66 with a question mark, 100%. And just to refresh again, because we've got about 500 people watching. So Kathleen Kennedy confirmed in a interview that the next Solo spin-off movie will, or Solo, fuck. It's so hard to figure out what it's a Solo film. And I keep wanting to say Solo story. The next spin-off film will be a Lando Solo film. and it's man, there's no enthusiasm in the Star Wars community right now. Zero. So soy story, yeah, exactly. How many of you bought Ethan's Soilo shirts? Anybody? And don't forget, we have the let me pull it up real quick just so you guys get a refresh on it. Let's see here. Give me a minute and let me find it. Because I haven't been plugging these lately, and there's not long left. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, so we have the Force is gender neutral shirts that we have for sale. So if you go to Custom Ink, I'll drop a link in the description of this video. So, but we've sold 37 of those so far, so not too bad actually. Let me jump back on this chat thread. Let me see what you guys are saying. Sorry, I gotta turn this fucking volume down. They could. The Force is not your agenda. Oh, that's a good one. We might make that one next. In caps, the Force is not your agenda. That's damn good, Mr. Poro. I'm gonna have to. I may have to take you up on that one. I'll have to screenshot your name so you get credit for that if we do go with that for our next shirt. That's a good one right there. So, Commander Cody 17, where at in Florida do you live? My Force is not your agenda. That's fucking great right there. My Force is not your goddamn agenda. Just like that tweet. That's great. Oh man, you guys are hilarious. I love it so much. I think Tom Hiddleston could do anything. I like Tom Hiddleston a lot. I'm a big fan of Tom Hiddleston, so if they wanted to cast him as Revan, that would be fantastic. I would love to see Tom Hiddleston in a Star Wars movie. It feels like a natural fit at this point, and so definitely, he's great. He's just great in everything. So I'd turn gay for that. Oh man. Episode 9, Return of the Jedi again. That would surprise me. Alright, I'm going to have to wrap this up in just a few minutes, so I appreciate you guys. I'm going to try to still do my live stream at 1 p.m. today. I did not mean to. I've gotten sidetracked on this stupid story with Lando's spin-off movie. So I probably will jump back on at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time to do my normal live stream. And we do these every day. Just hit me with some questions. If I can catch a couple before I jump off here, I'll be glad to answer them. They're just so hard to keep up with. So I appreciate you guys joining in. 544 people right now. That makes me feel really great that we have so many people joining in. Thank you. Have a nice day to yourself. Savin, appreciate that. You guys know the drill. You have to tell me where you're from before I get off of here. So just flood me telling me where you're from, and I'll try to read out as many as I can before I leave. So, and again, once again, I appreciate you guys so much for the compliments. We got Australia, Antarctica, Orlando, Wisconsin, California, West Palm, New York, Michigan, Portugal, Alabama, Tampa, Chicago, Australia, Ohio, Australia, Germany. Why is Germany getting flagged? Tennessee, there's Leia right there. You didn't have to kiss me. Orlando, Germany, California, London, Singapore, Germany, Georgia, Ukraine. Jeremy, you rock. That's not where you're from, but I appreciate the compliment. California, Norway, UK, Minnesota, Indonesia, California, man, Florida, UK, Belgium, Germany, Chile, Florida, Taiwan, Nebraska, Mexico, West Texas, Brazil, Switzerland, Maine, Alabama, Arizona, Minnesota, Louisiana, Scariff, Wales, Spain, Arizona, California, Montreal, Germany, Jacksonville, Illinois, woo! Singapore, Florida. I can't keep going, but hey, man, there's so many. You guys are just amazing. So thank you so much. Say goodbye to Leia. She's going to go back to get some sleep now. Check out my personal channel, D-Day Cobra. Check us out on Patreon, and you guys will see me a little bit later. Have a good one. Let Kathleen Kennedy know we're fed up with her bullshit. Talk to you later.